Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Jill Abbott returns home. At the beginning of the week, fans can expect Sally to connect with Jill. The redhead video chats with a business executive and declares she is so in love with Billy. However, the real reason for Sally's call could be to urge Jill to come back home. Sally knows that until they hash things out, Billy's revenge tactics will just increase. Unfortunately, it seems that Billy will just rip open old wounds when facing his mom again. While he has a lot of anger, he's also a little old to be blaming his mommy for all his problems. Back to Sally. What kind of secret does she keep from Billy? Is this to prevent him from continuing to direct revenge? Jill Abbott returns home, and whenever her name is spoken in Genoa City, it instantly sparks a ripple effect that reaches across every family, business, and relationship in town, because Jill is not just another returning character. She is the embodiment of decades of history, power, and drama on the young and the restless, and when she reappears on the canvas, it always signals that the writers have something bold and consequential in store. A Jill Abbott return is not casual, it is seismic, and her homecoming is guaranteed to stir up nostalgia while simultaneously fueling fresh rivalries, big business moves, and emotional reckonings. Jill has long been a woman who defines herself by her resilience, ambition, and ability to stay relevant in a world that often tries to shove her aside. She is tied to both the Chancellor family and the Abbott family, giving her a unique position to influence power struggles on multiple fronts. And when she arrives back in town, the question on everyone's mind is what business deal, family drama, or personal vendetta is pulling her back this time. Her return home opens the door for multiple story threads. Chancellor Winters is in flux and desperately needs a steady but powerful hand. Her relationships with Billy and Devin could use her guidance and interference, and her history with Catherine Chancellor's legacy means that she always has unfinished business to attend to in the city she once dominated. Jill's return is never quiet because she thrives on being in the center of the action. This homecoming could tie into the ongoing corporate wars in Genoa City where Newman Enterprises, Jabot, and Chancellor Winters all find themselves at crossroads. With Lily Winters stepping into a leadership role and Devin asserting his independence, Jill could position herself as the queenmaker behind the scenes, pushing her chosen allies forward while crushing her rivals. Fans know that Jill has never been content to sit on the sidelines and let others dictate the narrative. She likes to be the one calling the shots, and she relishes playing chess with the most powerful figures in town. The speculation immediately begins. Is she returned to reclaim control of Chancellor Winters, to rein in Billy, who always seems to be on the verge of self-destruction, or confront enemies who underestimate her absence? Her return also raises emotional questions because Jill is a character defined not only by her power, but also by her complicated family ties. Her bond with Billy has always been a double-edged sword. She is proud of him, but also perpetually worried about his reckless choices and his inability to fully step into his potential. A Jill return could set up scenes of tough love, where she challenges Billy to stop sabotaging himself and finally prove he is capable of leading. At the same time, her role as a mentor or meddler in Devin's life could reignite debates about loyalty, family, and legacy. Jill has never been shy about speaking her mind, and when she sees people she cares about going astray, she steps in whether they want her to or not. There is also the romantic speculation that always surrounds Jill's character. Though she is primarily a matriarchal figure in today's Genoa City, the writers have never been afraid to throw her into bold and sometimes shocking romantic twists. Could her return home be tied to a rekindled romance with someone from her past, or a shocking new connection that rattles a town? Soap opera tradition dictates that no return is purely professional, and fans would not be surprised if Jill's heart becomes entangled once again just as her ambition heats up. Another intriguing angle to Jill's return is her role as a legacy character who carries the memory of Catherine Chancellor. Catherine's shadow still looms over Genoa City, and Jill has always been one of the few characters strong enough to live in that shadow while carving her own identity. Whenever she reappears, viewers are reminded of that long rivalry-turned-complicated friendship between Catherine and Jill, a dynamic that defined the golden years of the show. Jill's return home is not just about her story. It is about honoring that legacy and reminding fans of the deep roots that make Y&R the powerhouse soap it is. Beyond business and family, Jill's reemergence can also function as a catalyst for storylines that feel stagnant. Characters like Chance Chancellor could benefit from her return, as Jill can push him in ways others cannot. Abby might find herself caught in Jill's orbit if Chancellor Winters becomes a battleground once more. Even Nikki and Victor could see Jill re-enter their lives, particularly if Jill decides to align herself against Newman Power, or even shockingly form a temporary truce with them to accomplish a greater goal. Jill has always been unpredictable, and that is what makes her return so thrilling. One of the most fascinating aspects of her presence is how she commands authority. When Jill speaks, people listen, even if they do not agree with her. Her sass or blunt honesty, and her refusal to be intimidated make her a fan favorite. A return home means scenes full of classic Jill wit and fire, where she goes head-to-head with rivals like Phyllis Summers, or perhaps even younger players like Audra Charles. Jill never allows anyone to dismiss her, and her ability to spar verbally makes her one of the most entertaining characters in the soap's long history. Fans who have followed Jill for decades know that her returns are always strategic and never random. If she is home now, it is because the show intends to recenter her as a player in storylines that matter. The possibilities are endless. She could shake up Chancellor Winters, mend or break ties with her son Billy, advise Devon, interfere in Lily's choices, reconnect with family members like Chance, or even forge alliances with unlikely partners to secure her vision of the future. Jill Abbott coming home is not a footnote. It is headline news in Genoa City. For longtime viewers, her return is a reminder of the show's rich history, while for newer fans, it is an opportunity to see why Jill remains one of the soap's most iconic characters. Her homecoming promises power plays, emotional fireworks, and plenty of moments where she proves yet again that Jill Abbott is a force of nature. This is not just a character stepping back into the spotlight. It is a queen reclaiming her throne in a city that always seems to need her no matter how much it resists.